Hello and welcome to my channel Pallavi's English Academy. Today we will study a lesson of class 10 and the name of the lesson is The 100 Dresses, written by El Basor Esther. So guys, this chapter is divided into two parts. So in this video we will study the first part as part 1 and then again you have to see the second part for the rest of the story. So let's get started. So Eleanor Esther was an American children's writer and she was also a children's librarian. So here this story, The 100 Dresses, is based on her real life account, and as a girl she received Peggy's hand-me-down dresses. So what is this hand-me-down dresses? Basically these dresses are the used dresses of someone which you pass on to someone else. So what is the theme of the story, guys? So first we will see the theme. So the 100 Dresses is based on the authoress's real life experience. As I told you, it is the story of a girl who received Peggy's hand-me-down dresses. She felt very guilty for not having defended the girl over here, Wanda. So she wrote the story in order to assuage her guilty, to encourage others to stand against bullies. So here we see that bully is a very important factor in this story, The 100 Dresses. So what is this bullying? First we should know that. So when you go to a school or to a college, generally we see a lot of children, they bully the juniors or their fellow mates, and there can be various reasons for the bullying. What it can be? Like it is about the dressing sense of the child, or it can be about a strange name, or it can be about their speaking style. It can be about anything. There are various causes, and just the other children, they find it very funny, so they just try to pull their legs, they just try to make fun of the other children. So this is something which is actually not a very good thing, because when you bully someone, you should know that what the other person is thinking or what is going into their mind. Perhaps the person feels very bad, they feel hurt about what you are doing. Your activity maybe is fun for you, but it can be a very upsetting thing for the person who is getting bullied. So this story is revolving on this particular topic, bully. So how we'll see Wanda is the victim of being bullied, and how later the other people will apologize to her and they will realize that they did a wrong thing by teasing and bullying her. So let's see the lesson. Now here Wanda Petronsky is a Polish girl and she is studying in an American school. She sat on the seat next to the last seat in the corner in room 13 where all naughty boys sat. So generally children, we see that in the classroom the back benchers are not at all good in studies. It is you can say a general presumption, right? Normally we see that the last benchers or the back benchers, they are the naughty children. So Wanda Petronsky sat with them in the corner of the room, and the room number was 13. There was a lot of noise, laughter and dirt in the corner. Nobody knows why Wanda sat there. It was because she belonged to Boggins Heights and her feet were usually dirty with mud. So as she traveled from Boggins Heights, she came from Boggins Heights, so her legs, her feet were always dirty, and perhaps that was the reason that she sat in the corner of room 13. Unlike the naughty boys, Wanda was quiet, so nobody thought much about her. So she was a very quiet kind of girl. She did not mix with other children. She just sat in the corner of the room. She was just an ordinary girl in the class. So Wanda was absent on Monday as well as Tuesday. Nobody in her class noticed her absence. So as I told you, she was an ordinary girl and nobody took notice on her that why she was absent. It was on Wednesday that her two classmates, Peggy and Maddie, noticed her. When Peggy and Maddie waited for Wanda to tease her on the way to school, they realized that Wanda was absent from last few days. Now here we see that Peggy and Maddie are the two girls who often got the chance to tease this girl Wanda, and then suddenly they realized on Wednesday that Wanda was being absent, and just they missed the chance to make fun of her. Wanda had no friends. She used to come to school alone in her faded dress. So she seemed different from others and was teased. So as I told you, there are various reasons of bullying and teasing, and here one reason was that she wore a faded dress and she wore it regularly. So that caught the notice of these children, and that caught the attention of the children, and they just found one particular reason to tease her. The students made fun of her name. For them, her name was difficult to say and was funny, as the name was what? Wanda Petronsky. The names of other children were easy to speak, like Thomas, Smith or Alan. Generally the American names, because America is a posh country, so here we see that they are having these fashionable names like Smith, Alan, George and other names. So Wanda Petronsky belonged to Poland. She was a Polish girl, and her name was slightly strange than the others, and they found the reason of her dress as well as her name to just make fun of her. Now Peggy and Maddie were good friends of each other. Peggy was the most popular girl in the school. So she was the most popular girl. She was a girl who got all kind of attention, and she was pretty and intelligent. Peggy was not cruel, as she saved younger girls from bullies and used to cry if she saw any animal being mistreated. So it was not that Peggy was a very bad girl or she was very rude kind of a girl. She was kind, she was quite you can say helpful for others. But then here what happened, Maddie on the other hand was a poor girl who wore clothes given by Peggy's mother. So hand me down clothes, as I told you in the beginning. So here we see that Maddie was a poor girl and she got those hand me down dresses from Peggy's mother. So whenever Peggy and Maddie find Wanda alone in the schoolyard, they asked her about the number of dresses and shoes she had. So this asking was intentional. Why? It was just they wanted to tease her and make fun of her, and wanted to make her realize that she was not having dresses. They were surprised when Wanda told them that she had 100 beautiful dresses and 60 pair of shoes. Peggy had thought of this game to tease Wanda. So who was the mastermind behind this creation of game? It was Peggy, who just thought of this game just to pull her leg, just to make fun of her because she wore the same dress every day. So Wanda also gave a reply, and that was quite positive. She gave the reply that she possessed 100 dresses and 60 pair of shoes. The reason to tease Wanda was that she wore the same faded blue dress to school every day and lied that she had 100 dresses, as I told you guys. So what happened here? Peggy did not like this lie which Wanda was continuously telling, that she had 100 dresses, because she never wore various kinds of dresses. She just wore one particular faded blue dress. So that's why intentionally Peggy wanted to hurt her and just wanted to make her realize that why did she lie every time. Maddie felt embarrassed when Peggy teased Wanda. So again, as I told you, that Maddie was a poor girl. She also came from a poor family. So she just accompanied Peggy, but she never spoke against this. She felt bad about this thing that Wanda was being teased every time, but she did not defend her. She wanted Peggy to stop teasing Wanda and decided to write a note to Peggy. So after completing her maths work, she sat down to write a note to Peggy, because she felt that she doesn't have that courage to speak against Peggy. So she thought of writing a letter and to express herself that it was a wrong thing that they were doing by teasing Wanda. Maddie knew that she does not have the courage to directly tell Peggy to stop teasing Wanda, but later she tore the note and threw it away as she imagined herself being teased by Peggy and her other classmates for wearing Peggy's old dresses. She realized here, Maddie realized suddenly, and she was completely stunned and astonished to realize this thing, that it can be sometime that she will also become a victim of this teasing and bullying. Sometimes it can happen that Peggy will tease this particular girl who was her best friend, or you can say a fast friend, and that was Maddie, because she also wore Peggy's given clothes. But later she tore the note and threw it away as she imagined herself being teased by Peggy and her other classmates for wearing Peggy's old dresses. Maddie remembered Wanda talking about one of her dresses, which was pale blue with colored trimmings, as well as the brilliant jungle green dress with a red scarf. So here Maddie just recollected memory where Wanda spoke about a blue faded dress and a dress having trimmings as well as brilliant jungle green dress with a red scarf. A drawing and coloring contest was organized in the class the next day. So in this contest, girls were supposed to design dresses and the boys had to design motorboats. So Maddie felt that Peggy would win the contest as she drew better than anyone else in the class. So it was noted that it was only Peggy who would draw the prize, because she was one of the intelligent girl in the class and she was very good in drawing. But then finally the result came out. So the next day it was drizzling, and the result of the contest was going to be announced by the teacher, and the name of the teacher was Miss Mason. So she would announce the winner of the competition. Peggy and Maddie did not want to be late, so they did not wait for Wanda to tease her. So Peggy and Maddie did not want to wait for Wanda that particular day, because they were quite excited to know about the name of the winner. They were amazed to see about 100 designs of dresses hanging over the walls. The class had assembled and the class teacher Miss Mason announced the name of the winners. Jack Bagels was the winner among the boys and Wanda Petronsky was the winner in girls. So when they entered the class, they saw that the whole classroom was decorated with hundreds of dress designs. All the pamphlets and the photographs were hanging around, and they were amazed to see that. And then later, when the announcement was made, it was Jack Bagels who bagged the prize for the motorboat competition, and for the girls it was Wanda Petronsky who bagged the first prize. So then what was the reaction of Wanda's classmates? Let's see that. The teacher informed that all the drawings of designs in their class were made by Wanda and each drawing deserved the prize. So all the 100 dresses and the designs that were made, it were so beautiful that all the drawings required prize. But unfortunately, Wanda was absent in class and thus could not receive her prize. So we see that Wanda had been absent in the class since Monday, and here that particular day also Wanda was not present, so they were unable to give away the prize to Wanda Petronsky. The teacher then asked the students to look at Wanda's beautiful drawings. All the children applauded Wanda's drawings and whistled while looking at them. Peggy and Maddie noticed a blue and a green dress that Wanda used to talk about to her classmates. So they were just amazed to see the same dresses were also hanging over there, the image of the dresses which she used to say or which she used to describe while they bullied her. So here we end up the first part. Now rest, what happens in the story, that we will see in the second part. So for that you have to see my second video of the 100 dresses. But here if you have any kind of doubt, then you can text me in the comment section, and please don't forget to subscribe my channel. Thank you.